We're up 30 points on the big board, about what, 30 odd points away from 21,000. Our next guest was a KGB agent working undercover in America. Then he flipped. He defected away from Russia because he wanted to live the American dream. And he's here now. His name is Jack Barsky. He's the author of the book Deep Undercover. Jack, first of all, what made you fall in love with America and stay here?
Well, my decision to flip, so to speak, was personal. Initially I was in love with a young lady, 18 months old. It was my daughter. And I stayed in this country when the Soviets wanted me back because I couldn't leave her. And so what I entered then was sort of like an arranged marriage between the United States and myself. You know, I gave them what they wanted, and they allowed me to be who I was, and I sort of withdrew from the international realm and from politics and so forth. And it's like with a good arranged marriage, if your parents find the right partner, you start appreciating that partner. And when I started actually studying and investigating, I actually fell in love with her. And I'm now where you are. And by the way, congratulations on your citizenship. I beat you by about a year. I absolutely fell in love with this country.
Yes, me too.
And particularly the principles it was founded on.
Okay, so look, you flipped. Okay, you flipped. You were a KGB agent. You flipped.
I was.
You live in America. You love the place. Me too. Now, how do we turn terrorists around? How do we get terrorists, like the people who committed this atrocity in Manchester, England? How do you get that person to flip?
Well, see, and this is where I can use my own example. I was a convinced communist, and I carried a huge load of ideology with me, which is very, very difficult to shed. It takes, in my case, I had the opportunity to decompress over time. My contemporary in the old East Germany didn't quite succeed in that way. They're still sort of adhering to the communist ideal. So you're flipping individuals is maybe possible here and there, but flipping a whole ideology, I think, requires a counter-ideology. And I'm going to say something that may not necessarily be highly popular in this country nowadays, and it's too sad, but I think what we need there is a heavy dose of Christianity, because ultimately
Jack, what you're saying is only unpopular with some of the elites. Most of America is a profoundly spiritual country, in my opinion, as an outside observer who's lived here for 40 years. I don't think you're saying anything unpopular at all. And in fact, I think you're right. Go ahead, please.
So the point I'm trying to make here is human beings, and particularly young people, want to know, they want to have an understanding, what's the meaning of why are we here, what are we supposed to do, and where are we going. And the meaning that is given to them, that was given to me by the communist ideology, eventually left a hole in me. The meaning that is given to young people under Islam is combative, belligerent, and ultimately, leads to violence if taken to its radical conclusion. Juxtapose that with the message of Christ, which is a message of love. And if we tackle it this way, and this is a long-term project, we may have an opportunity to succeed.
Jack Barsky, thank you very much for joining us. You obviously understand the meaning of love at first sight. I found out that meaning when I first saw my firstborn child. That is love at first sight. Mr. Barsky,
yes, sir.
You're all right. You can come back anytime you like.